Well, here we have the regular Night Stalker and the Night Stalker Pro in what I would call the standing position. So feet pretty much, or legs pretty much totally extended. The Pro is going to have an advantage in this case because of the thickness of the legs in this scenario. Also about twice the weight. So it's going to give me a more stable shooting platform, especially from an elevated position. So this is going to be, for the money, your best option, especially if you stand a lot. And maybe if you hunt at night, you don't have to carry it a long ways. Where your standard Night Stalker is going to be lighter and give you, again, the versatility that you want. One difference here, too, again, is the Night Stalker, the standard one, has your center column. So based on that, I can get about a foot of adjustment, a vertical difference, depending on what I need, without having to move my legs. Now, the further you extend the center stock, the less stability that you have, so you got to keep that in mind as well, but it does give you quick adjustments in the field. Now, one thing I do is I remove my center stock when I hunt. It gives me a little more stability. That also gives me the option of going prone, which I'll show in just a little bit from that scenario. But what I do is I adjust my leg height so that no matter if I'm sitting or standing, whatever I'm going to be doing in that case, it's preset. So when I walk into the field, I'm actually carrying it at its designed height, that I don't have to worry about adjusting my legs and or adjusting my center stock when I get there. Now again, if there's minor differences because you're on the side of a hill or something, you can always tweak that. But again, the center column gives you that ability to adjust very quickly if you would like to have that option. So as I've gotten older, laying prone is getting harder and harder to do, although of course that's the most stable shooting position. So I sit on almost all of my stands day and night. I know at night I could stand more, but I like the stability of sitting from that standpoint, so I choose to sit. Now, on my Night Stalker, I've got a few different accessories some people have asked me about over the years. The first thing I have is a bicycle handlebar mount with a magnet. And I put this on here to allow me to put my remote control for my call on here. That way, while I'm calling, I have easy control of various sounds and not have to really take my head or my aim off of my gun from that standpoint. So it's always right here and available to me. Especially at night, you don't want to be scrambling if you want to stop the coyote or change sounds. You don't want to be reaching, or if it's around your neck. You know, this is just in a perfect position to allow me to control the call. I especially like it when coyotes are coming. It allows me to mute my call or change my sound, put a bark on or something to stop them. So again, that's one option that I do have on here. Another thing I've added is this tie down, and why I have this on here is, you know, if I'm moving this or if it's windy, this is going to flap and this kind of gets in your way once in a while. This is my sling. So just to keep my sling kind of out of the way, I have this on here and I go ahead and just wrap this around here so that it's not going to move. So this allows me to move and that's not going to flop around from that standpoint. So again, with my tripod head, I'm going to go ahead and I've got my horizontal adjustment as well as my vertical adjustment from that scenario. One thing I will say is, to me, a good tripod is probably the most important piece of equipment I have when I'm calling. Yes, you need a gun, and yes, I need a call, but if I can't be steady on my shot, I'm going to miss. So from that standpoint, this gives me a stable shooting platform that I can use standing, sitting, or prone. So for me, a Night Stalker is worth its weight in gold. Well, I can't put in a full day today, so it's nice to get one on the first stand. Let's hope this is a sign for things to come. Second stand, second coyote. I was able to swing over on them because of the tripod. You know, I really don't think there's a better value out there than the carbon fiber Night Stalker. It's just, it totally transforms your hunting, and it sure helped me on this coyote. Two stands, two coyotes. Turning out to be a good morning. Hopefully I'll end up finding some more.